Hey folks, welcome to this look at our newest Dungeon Morphs. We're breaking away from our Inkwell Ideas Wildographer videos here because we at Inkwell Ideas make several other products, NPC decks, side quest decks, and Dungeon Morphs. Our Dungeon Morphs are not our first Kickstarter, going back I think 12 years now ago. We launched it while it was still towards the end of the 10th year, and it's taken several extra months for us to fulfill these because primarily our dice manufacturer had some delays due to one of their machines breaking down. But then we also kind of made lemonade out of lemons by expanding our book in particular that goes with all this, which we'll get to in a moment. I should point out that, well, first of all, thanks for the patience of our Kickstarter backers, since we are several months behind, but we're about to put these out. As you can see, they've been arriving here, and we've been inspecting them, and the next step is to get them packaged up, which we've got the packaging coming. Packaging is coming next week, and also we've got the 10-inch battlemat tiles coming next week as well, which real quick, this is kind of what the prior set looks like. There's one of the designs from the prior set, but we'll be doing there's new designs or new 10-inch tiles based on the new designs coming as part of this Kickstarter. If you didn't get in on the Kickstarter, then we do have a late pledge set up through BackerKit, and we'll link to that below the video as well as elsewhere when we post the video. And you can be part of the first wave of getting these and getting them at the initial price. We did, in addition, through the stretch goals through the Kickstarter, we did expand these. Originally they were 5 dice sets, then we went to 6, 7, and 8 for each of the sets. So that's good. We also went back to our prior sets. So there's been 9 sets before these 3, so there's 12 in all. And through when we went back to basically print new ones, if you will, we went to color as well for those, and we tried to go with thematic colors. So we have like a swirling green for our sewers, we have a sandy color for our crypts, and then here we've got let me put one of these close up so that they show a little bit better, but then we've got a brown color for our Lairs set, and these are all based on a concept that Dyson Logos had come up with, like I said, over 10 years ago, where we put, or where he decided to put 2 entrances on each edge of each design, spaced out at about the same place. And with this new set for the sewers, we've actually got a sewer connection in the middle of some of the edges. So it might be on one edge, it might be on 2, it might be on 3, as in this case here. But that was something that Dyson had innovated, and then we went to do the sewers as well. We at Inkwell Ideas said, hey, let's put these designs on 1-inch dice, and that would be really cool. And so we think it is. So we worked with him and others to do that. In our latest set, we've worked with Dyson, Alyssa Faden, Glenn Seal, Billiam Babel, and then Dyson and myself, Joe Wetzel, to put these designs together. We also have cards, 2.5-inch card versions. So these are 1/4 inch per square, and reminiscent of the old modules, if you will, and the geomorphs that were there. That's why we call them Dungeon Morphs, kind of a play on the words there. But these are dry erasable, and you can just throw down a few of these cards and kind of look for ideas of what might be in each of them. The back of each of these designs is a new design, whereas our prior sets from the prior Kickstarters and so forth are new or a mirror of the back on the front, a mirror of the front design on the back, I should say. Whereas we just ran into some issues with the card count and everything just being too much once we hit the stretch goals, and so we've got a second design is on the back of each of these. So for example, here's this one here, and that's what it looks like there. So that's what, let me show a sewer line or two as well. So there's one of the sewer designs. Here's another one, just to give you an idea of what those are all like. And then what we did was we also had Dyson go through and make all of the designs in his style. So if you'd rather have that card deck, you can. And so this is the first design of his, and just looking at two of them next to each other and how they line up. So this is what Dyson had done, where he took all the designs that others had created for the project and did them in his style. And likewise, the back is a new design, or the next design in the set. But wait, that's not all. So in addition to the 10-inch tiles, which I showed briefly, the 2.5-inch cards in both of these two different styles, and then the 3 sets of dice, as well as the sets of dice from the past that were reissued. And when we redid them, we did those other sets in color, as I think I said. Previously they were done just with white ink, with black ink and white dice. But we also got a book of designs, and so this is just a look at the prior book. I'm not really good at using my phone as I'm recording, so I'm just going to show it briefly there. But each of the pages in the book gives you details of the designs for what might be there. That's the prior book. The new book is going to be a larger format, a full page, like instead of being an 8 by 6 page or whatever that book was, we're going to go with the 11 by 8 or so page size. And each of the pages there is going to be the page of ideas for that design. And so the design is repeated up in the corner of the page, and when we're using Dyson's designs in the book as well, that's why I'm pulling these back out. Let me flip through a few more of them. And it's kind of, in a way, you can think of it as 18 mega dungeons in all, because what we're doing is writer Andrew Shields primarily has divided up the designs into different areas. So there might be something happening over here, and then something happening here, and maybe optionally there might even be something in that corridor there. Maybe there's just one encounter in this case up here, but over here you've definitely got 2 different distinct areas. And so he's coming up with 6 ideas of what might be in each of those areas for each design on each page. And so because there's 3 different sets and there's 6 different ideas, and each idea sticks to a theme, especially the first 3. The first 3 are themed. The first 3 ideas for each of these areas are themed, so you kind of have some factions and so forth that you can reuse. But you kind of get 18 mega dungeons through that. And if you like an idea in a different theme than the one that you're using primarily, then you can go ahead and flip that in. There's also a couple of unthemed ideas where if you're just trying to do something different, or if you don't like the idea for the theme, you've got some other ideas there as well. But in any case, you've got a full book of ideas for the designs in these 3 sets. Also in the book is this whole delving framework which we developed, which makes solo and co-op kind of GM-less games a reality, where you can kind of roll up the dungeon and then use a framework of foes and features and treasures and secrets in the framework to kind of have an adventure. And you can also combine the approaches, where you can use the descriptions to kind of feed the features of what's there and what the foes are like, and then use the framework for some of the other bits for the likelihood of foes and things like that. So that's what's going to be in the book, and we're really happy with it. Like I said, we took a lot of the extra time that we had to really improve that in particular, as well as to really do a great job with these cards, and the original designs too. So we're really happy with how it all turned out. We think it's going to be a great tool for your games, and we're anxious to see how you use them. Again, if you didn't get in on the Kickstarter, you still can through the Backer Kit Late Pledge, which we'll have linked there. And I think that covers everything that I had here. Again, I'm anxious to see how you get to use them, so let us know. Thanks.